Nasruddin, or Mullah Nasruddin, lived in a small town during the 13th century in the country which is now called Turkey. He was a wise man, and people often came to him to ask his advice about problems they had. One day a poor man came to visit Nasruddin and asked to speak to him. Nasruddin invited him into his home and gave him some tea. They both sat down on a luxurious carpet opposite each other and drank the tea. "What can I do for you, my good man? You look very upset," said Nasruddin. "I am just a poor man, Mullah," said the poor man. "I have very little wealth. However, despite being poor, I am very lucky. I have a beautiful wife and 4 wonderful children too." "Yes, you are a very lucky man then," said Nasruddin. "A beautiful wife, as well as 4 wonderful children. You seem very upset, though. Why is that?" "My good Mullah," said the poor man, "in spite of having such a wonderful family, my house is very small. My children are growing bigger too. I need a larger house. However, I cannot afford this luxury. What can I do? We are going crazy. 6 of us in this very small house." Nasruddin drank a little of his tea and pulled gently at his long beard while he thought. Eventually he said, "May I ask, do you have any chickens?" The poor man was surprised at this question. "Well, yes, I do. I have 12 chickens, and I also have a turkey. Why do you ask, most excellent Mullah?" "Go back home," said Nasruddin. "Despite having little space in your home, take in your 12 chickens and the turkey too." "But, Mullah," the poor man said, "I don't understand. How—" "Do as I say. Although you don't understand now, one day you will. I promise," Nasruddin answered. The poor man said no more. He got up and said goodbye to Nasruddin and promised he would do as Nasruddin had asked. When the poor man got home, he went to fetch his chickens and turkey and brought them into the house. However, the situation was now worse. Despite Nasruddin's promise, there was even less space in the house, and the poor man, his wife, as well as his 4 children, felt worse than before. The next day the poor man went back to see Nasruddin again at his house. "Mullah," said the poor man, "what have you done? The situation is terrible now. In spite of trying to help me, my house now has less space. There are chickens everywhere." Nasruddin was calm. "My dear man," he said, "do you have any goats?" "Well, yes," said the poor man. "I have 4 goats too. But why do you ask?" "Fetch your goats and take them into the house with you," said Nasruddin. "You must now also live with the goats as well as your chickens, the turkey, your wife, and your 4 children." "My good Mullah," said the poor man, "the idea is very strange. My house is too small to put 4 goats in it as well." "Do as I say," said Nasruddin. "Despite my strange words, you must follow my instructions." So the poor man went back home. He was now very upset. He went to look for the goats in the garden, though, and took them into his house. That evening the poor man and his family had a terrible time. The chickens were eating the cereals in the cupboard. The turkey was eating the bread. And although the poor man's wife tried to stop them, The goats began eating the sheets off the beds. The next day the poor man returned to Nasruddin's house. He fell on his knees and cried in front of Mullah's door. Nasruddin opened the door and came out. "Why are you so upset, my good man?"
"Mullah, Mullah," answered the poor man, "what have you done? Despite being so intelligent and clever, your plan has failed. My house is a disaster. As well as having a house which is smaller than before, the animals are not only eating all our food, but also the beds. Please do not ask me to bring in my sheep too."
Nasruddin smiled. "My good man, now go home and take out the chickens from the house. Take out the turkey and take out the goats. Tomorrow I'll come and pay you a visit." The poor man did as he was told. He took out all the chickens from his house. He took out the turkey and the 4 goats too. Then he went back inside the house and smiled. The next morning, Nasruddin came to visit the poor man. The poor man and his wife and 4 children came out to welcome him.
"Please, good Mullah," said the poor man, laughing, "come in and have some tea with us."
"But, my good man," said Nasruddin, pretending to be surprised, "you told me you have no space in your house."
"No space?" said the poor man. "We have lots of space. This must be the biggest house in the neighborhood."
And that's all for today. Thank you very much. Until next time.